again, it's Shereem Herndon-Brown, founder, owner, CEO of Strategic Admissions Advice. And we're going to continue with the theme of talking about visiting colleges. Again, it's the time of year where sophomores and juniors, maybe even seniors, are revisiting or visiting for the first time schools they're applying to. But in preparation for this process, I'm really encouraging sophomores and juniors to start thinking about visiting schools, all right? That is the perfect situation to be in, to avail yourself to visit different college campuses, to understand how they're different. If you can't do that, visiting schools virtually is okay. Please understand, one of the best outgrowths of the pandemic is that colleges got very, very good, very, very savvy about how to showcase themselves online, whether that's through a webinar, whether it's through a virtual tour that an admissions officer will give you. Please, please, please take advantage of college tours online if you can't visit schools. So today, in continuing with visiting schools and the X factors, so many kids are thinking about going from West Coast to East Coast or East Coast to West Coast. I was actually out in LA a few weeks ago, and I met a whole bunch of students who were thinking about going to the East for college. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just stay here, great public school system, stay close-ish to home? Parents were also encouraging kids to do something totally different. I met a young lady who was very, very clear that in order for her to grow, and at least she believes so, and evolve, she needed to get away from California, experience the East Coast. It had done so much for her parents that she thought it was important for her too. I respect that. Similarly, many students that we work with that are on the East Coast are thinking about going to California. You know, who doesn't want to be at USC right now with all the celebrity status of Los Angeles, the energy around their football team, their great academics, their great, acting and music, performing arts, you know the rest. So the bottom line is that going from one coast to the other is very, very popular. I need you to think about three key things, parents and students. Parents, please share this with your kid or talk about it with them. Very, very important. Cost of living. If you're from New York City and go to Los Angeles, you're probably accustomed to it. If you go from rural Pennsylvania to Los Angeles, it's going to be very, very different. You have to understand cost of living, even as a college student, when you go so far away, but also to where you're going. Now, I'm not saying the coasts are basically New York and LA. There's obviously Seattle, Charlotte, Lewiston, Maine, and San Diego. Wherever you may go and anywhere in the middle, understand the cost of living in that town, that city, that campus, so that you and your child are prepared financially to handle the rigors of cost of living in said city, said environment. Number two, do you really need to be so far away from home? I don't know. As a parent, I like having direct access Eastern Standard Time to my kid right now. I know everyone's different, but I want you to understand that when travel becomes an issue for the family, if it becomes an issue, it gets harder and harder to see each other over the years. I'm not trying to say that's wrong, but it's important that you consider how far do you want to be away from your child? How far does your child want to be away from you? If that's something that's important to you, discuss it so that everyone understands. There's a young lady, a professional that I work with now. She's the executive director of a charter school. She's from Texas, but she went to college in Connecticut. She swears that was the best thing for her. So by no means do I think it's bad to be far from home, but I want you to talk about it so everyone understands that sometimes when students go away to college, location factors into how they start their young adult life. And if they may stay on a college campus, that surrounding environment may become where they get an internship or a job. So families, discuss how distance could affect you guys going forward. This is particular for students who talk to me going from east to west. Do not let the weather be the reason why you go. Weather is important. I'm not going to say it's not, but there's so much more to the college experience than weather. All right. So we talked about the academics. We talked about the activities. We talked about the admission requirements. Understand that weather is temperamental. Every weather environment that seems like it's great, Florida can have a hurricane and California can have a wildfire. I'm not discouraging it as much as I'm making sure that 17-year-olds aren't making big decisions about their lives based upon weather exclusively. So I want to make sure that you understand that this college visiting season is awesome. As we go through the fall and the winter, I'm encouraging families to do that. But always, always, always remember the key factors of academics, activities, and admissions requirements. Consider the X factors, diversity, food, academic support services, mental health support services. These are the X factors that may be important to your child and to you. And as you're thinking about going so far away from home, so much East Coast, West Coast, I want to go down south and have great weather, bravo. But please understand, the weather can't be the only reason. Understand cost of living. Understand different vibes from different environments or different parts of the country. You and your child must make informed decisions about college, and that begins with visiting colleges, whether it's in person or online. Again, if you need help deciphering all this stuff, check us out at strategicadmissionsadvice.com. I'm Shereem Herndon-Brown. My company's here to help you, so make sure you check us out. All right? Have a great day.